So what we will do, we will select the dim date, we will right click, create logical dimension, dimension with level-based hierarchy. We can see that we have our new dimension here. First of all, we will rename it to date, and we will select the structure as a time. We click OK. We can expand this and rename to date total. And to date detail. Now, in this example, you can see that we have fiscal half, fiscal month, fiscal quarter, fiscal week, fiscal year. We also have things like per name half, per name month, per name quarter. We can't structure this dimension as one dimension. We have to branch it. So we will have two branches. One branch will be the fiscal branch. The second branch will be the per name branch. So first of all, we will create the per name branch. Starting at the date detail, we will create a parent level on date detail. New object, parent level. We will name this with the lowest detail of the per name branch. The lowest level being the week level. So we name this per name week. The next level above week will be month. So we create this level above per name week as the parent level. Now that we have created the hierarchy, this is the hierarchy that we will be able to drill down through year, through half, through quarter, through month, through week. We then have to drag each of these to the respective level. So starting with week, we drag week to per name week. Month to the month level. Quarter to the quarter level. Half to the half level. Year to the year level. Once we have done this, we have to specify a few details for each level, such as the key. As well as selecting Use for Display, we also select the chronological key because this is a time dimension. We repeat this process for each level. Once we have completed this step, then we will create the new branch, fiscal. We do this by selecting the top level, date total, right-clicking new object, shared level as child, and we select the date detail. We can see that this has been replicated above. We then repeat the same process, fiscal week being the lowest level. So, above this date detail, we select new object, parent level. The next level being fiscal month. We repeat the same process. Once we have created our fiscal hierarchy, we can drag the respective levels to each of the respective levels here. As we did before, create the key for each level. Making sure to select chronological key. We can then delete everything else from each level apart from the calendar date and the day key. So see, we are saving the calendar date and the day key, but deleting everything else. We then hit the delete key, and you can see this is repeated for the level below it. We can now save our RPD. And we check the consistency, and we have the error because we have not created a presentation layer. Are you sure you still want to save? We select yes, and we close the error dialog. Once we have created the presentation layer, we will have completed this step of the development process. The presentation layer is the final layer in the RPD. It is composed of subject areas, presentation tables, presentation columns, and presentation hierarchies. It is the layer which contains the objects that the end user will see. The top level object is the subject area. So when we create an analysis, we must first choose a subject area that our analysis will be based on. They are analogous to a cube that we find in a data warehousing reporting solution. A subject area is based over only one business model. Here you can see a graphical representation of the objects within the presentation layer. We have at the topmost level subject areas. Underneath this we have presentation tables and presentation columns. We also have presentation hierarchies. What we will do in creating the first object for the presentation layer is create a subject area. We will right-click in the empty area of the presentation layer and we will select New Subject Area. Here we can give our subject area a name. In this case, I'm going to call it Training. I'm then going to select OK, and we can see here that I have now created the subject area. I can now select the dimensions and the facts from the logical layer and drag them to the presentation layer. These are our new presentation tables. Now, the first thing that we will do is we will delete some unnecessary data from our columns. This is the data that will be exposed to the end user. So we don't need things like customer keys. So under dim customers, we will delete customer key. Under date, we will delete the day key. Under offices, we will delete the office key. Under products, we will delete the product key. And under factor revenue, we will delete the order number. You can see here that when we dragged the logical dimensions and facts to the presentation level, we also brought in presentation hierarchies automatically. We have the date fiscal year and the date per name year hierarchies. We will rename these. First, the date fiscal year we will rename to fiscal dates. Per name year we will rename to per name dates. We will create a new folder called Measures. We do this by right-clicking on the subject area and then selecting New Presentation Table. We will name this Measures. And then select OK. I can change the order of the tables by double-clicking on the subject area and then clicking the tab Presentation Tables. I can then reorder to my liking. And rename dimensions. I want the date to be at the top, so I'll bring this to the top and click OK. We can now save the RPD, and when we are prompted to check global consistency, we will select yes. We can now see that the business model is consistent, and do we want to mark it as available for queries. Now, when this RPD is deployed to the OBIEE server, our end users will be able to craft queries and analyses with this data. Congratulations, you've completed the development section.